You know what really chafes my crack is RNG inside Raid Shadow Legends. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have plenty of it today. We're on day like 4 or 5 of the Faction Wars hard mode being live. And today we have opened the High Elf as well as the Lizardmen Crypt. So let's go ahead, hop straight into it with the High Elves here. Stage 1. Hard mode. We have beat stage, 5 champions, no losses, and then the 3-star condition is going to be to heal your champion's HP by 500,000 plus. So the same kind of condition that we've seen on one of the other, it was the Sylvan Watchers faction there, so very, very similar. I'm going to go ahead and throw some gear on my Tyrell actually as well. So we want speed, crit rate, maybe a little bit of accuracy, hide set filters. Let's go ahead and throw some other gear on him here because he doesn't have crit rate. He doesn't really have speed, nothing crazy like that, so that'll be perfect. Way more crit rate than we actually need, but he'll be doing a little bit more damage there now. And I think we'll actually maybe go ahead and throw in Vergis instead of him, but maybe not. We just need people that are bringing heals essentially. Obviously we have Apothecary who's going to be able to do a ton of healing. Let's go ahead and do a filter here by other effects, positive effects. Let's do a heal. So yeah, we have Arbiter, we have Illusinia, I think is her name. Yeah, what does she do for heals? 30 HP, 30% of her HP, shield buff, strengthen. Yeah, she's not really doing too much for heals across the team, just on her passive there. Deliana, I think, can place like a leech or something crazy like that, right? Yeah, leech on the A1. And then apart from that, though, she doesn't really have too much healing. So let's go ahead. Let's take away this prerequisite here. Let's just throw in like our Tyrell for a little bit of control as well as heals there too. And let's see if we're able to get through this. 500,000, all things considered, is not that much healing. So I'm fairly certain that our champions will be able to do it. But time will tell, I suppose. And then that being said, of course, we do have a summon event live right now as well. So I'd be very curious to hear from everybody if you actually did end up summoning on this event and how it went for you if you did. So yeah, already we're at 60k and we're on like the first wave alone here, so we should be good. We just need to make sure that they don't get too many turns, because if they do, we could be cooked, in all honesty. I don't know why she used her exhaustion skill on somebody who's already almost dead, but we get the freezes coming in there as well, which is quite nice. Big AoE. And then we have 2 defense breaks. Neldor sits down. Not the end of the world, though, because we can revive him. So, you know, as long as our Arbiter doesn't die, we're not completely cooked. We may have to manual this, though, because they're doing an absolutely terrible job with the allocation of the CC and whatnot. So, yeah, and it looks like our Arbiter is going to get cooked here, too, if we're not careful. So let's go ahead and let's just manual this to make sure that we can get the fight. We do have like Evil Eye masteries and stuff like that on the Arbiter as well, but I mean, she doesn't have really that much accuracy, so I'd be very surprised if she's able to do it. There we go. We can res, and then we can also turn meter boost, which is perfect. We'll then go ahead and do the turn meter steal there, essentially. We're also going to get and try and place a stun, maybe on him. We don't place it, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and speed everybody up here as well as another boost. Go ahead and try to push back the turn meter there with the Evil Eye, but it didn't work. We get the freezes there, which are pretty clutch. Let's go ahead and drop the turn meter on the Zargala. Go ahead and A1 here. Still don't know the name of most of these champions, by the way, so obviously there's Zargala, but the other 2 I don't really know. How are we doing for healing? 273,000 already, so this is usually a pretty easy one to meet, in all honesty, especially when you have Apothecary on the team. Apothecary is probably as like free-to-play friendly as it's going to get, to be honest. So, you know, appreciate him while you can. We have the random hit there from the Apothecary, which of course does land on the champion that was sleeping. So that's pretty fantastic. Now, let's go ahead and hit into her here. Decrease accuracy, decrease speed, all those sorts of good things. Try to throw back the turn meter there a little bit. Get a fill. Let's go ahead and A1 here. Decreased turn meter would have been nice, but we don't hit it. That's whatever. Excuse me. Hopefully that's not too loud on the recording. Had to sneeze a little bit there, you know? You got to do what you got to do sometimes. We got some freezes there, which is super clutch. Go ahead and try for the turn meter pushback here. Don't get it again. We're going to go ahead and heal the big boy there. Let's go ahead and get the turn meter fill as well as the increased speed. Go ahead and take her out, which is perfect. I think now we can probably auto it, so we do take out the other Zargala there as well. We're going to target this guy now, and in terms of having this done, we're at 369,000 already on wave 1, so I think we're good to go. That being said, too, if you're having trouble with, like, the healing quests and whatnot, because I noticed there were some people online that were talking about, like, you know, the Sylvan Watchers, they had trouble doing it and all that sort of good stuff, just take some damage out of your team. Like you can see, we're definitely doing this crypt slower than we need to, because it gives you, you know, more chance to cycle through your turns. You can see that the Apothecary is healing, like, every time he does an A1. He's also got his big chunky A2 heal. People are getting damaged and whatnot, so just give it time, right? They need a chance to cycle through their turns, so we'll go ahead and just make sure that we have all our skills available for the next wave, though. Let's also go ahead and heal the Tyrell here, and we're at 463k, so we're very, very close. We do take her down. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of manual here just to make sure we get the CC on the right people. Do an A1. Go ahead and hit the AoE here with the decreased speed. Neldor is such an underrated champion in my opinion. He's so damn good. Do the exhaustion there. We'll fill everybody's turn meter. Get another turn meter fill here. We'll get the A2 into the Zargala. Take her out without an issue. Go ahead and just do the AoE here, and we have completed the heal quest anyways, so we're good to go. Let's smack in there. Go ahead and smack in here, decrease turn meter. The Slixus does go ahead and hit us, but that's not the end of the world. We'll heal up the Arbiter, make sure she's not going to die. We just don't have enough accuracy on the Arbiter to try and land any of her turn meter pushback with the Evil Eye, unfortunately. Something cool about the Evil Eye mastery, though, is it'll keep trying to proc. So you can see every time Arbiter A1s somebody, it just keeps saying resisted, because its Evil Eye is just trying to proc over and over and over again, and it'll keep doing that until it actually activates once, which is pretty cool. So, you know, if you miss it once, don't worry about it too much, just keep trying, essentially. The Lysandra combined with the Apothecary do a fantastic job of keeping us, like, cycling through our skills as well. And there we go. We should be on to wave 3. 5 minutes down for this particular content's not bad. We're going to get the turn meter fill here. Let's go ahead and get a heal on Apothecary himself. Just make sure he's nice and topped up. We'll go ahead and hit a A2 into the Ugo here. We'll go ahead and try and get that defense break as well. We also get the sleep. Let's hit an exhaustion here because that champion's really annoying. Turn meter boost into increase attack. Turn meter boost, increase speed. Let's go ahead and hit this. Boom, we get freezes almost across the board. That's pretty crazy. The Krisk and the Slixus over there are frozen. We'll go ahead and hit that on the Slixus over there. Let's go ahead and hit this. Keep decreasing their turn meters, which is pretty nice. The longer it takes for them to get a turn, the better things are going to be, right? So let's go ahead and just A1 here. We get some freezes coming in as well. A1 from the Tyrell. We do take a pretty hard smack there, but that's okay. Pretty much everybody is CC'd. This Slixus is about to get a turn, though, and we have a decreased defense on our team, so we want to try and avoid that as much as possible. Let's get Neldor healed up. Let's get the AoE decreased speeds. Get a turn meter fill. Get an A1 onto the Slixus. Let's go ahead and do an exhaustion on him as well. Just make sure he doesn't get his turn. Do another turn meter fill there. Hit the A1 on the Slixus over here just to try and bump him back a little bit. Let's go ahead and hit the A2 on that Slixus. Provoke does land. That's very annoying. Everybody's going to have decreased defense on them now if it lands, which it does. The Apothecary actually avoids it because his random hitting A1 didn't even hit the Krisk. We do get a freeze there as well on that Slixus, which is big because he was about to take his turn. Let's go ahead and get the defense break here again. We'll get a heal on the Tyrell. Let's go ahead and hit the A1 here. Decrease that turn meter. Increase. You already know the strategy. You already know the strategy. No freeze there, unfortunately. We should probably just start targeting one of them to take out, but let's go ahead and keep hitting in here. These other guys aren't too scary. Like, Krisk already used his provoke and whatnot, so it's not the end of the world. Steal some turn meter off of them. AoE, decrease speeds. Let's go ahead and smack in here. We do take down that Slixus. Let's go ahead and try to take down this one as well. Perfect. Krisk isn't sleeping, but has the sleep icon above him for some reason. I don't want Ugo to get a turn because she's going to do like a... never mind, she doesn't do it. But I was worried she'd do her AoE defense break, which would have been pretty annoying to deal with. But I think we're off to the races here now. Get to decrease accuracy on her. Boom. We could probably auto it at this point, honestly. There's not any DPS left on this team, really. Unless we get some, like, insanely unlucky crits. But, I mean, let's hope not, right? It gets kind of tiring to sit here and manual this all sometimes, but it is what it is. We have Apothecary coming in with a nice clutch heals as well. Now, this guy is just counter-attacking every goddamn time we take a turn, which is really annoying. He's also about to take out our Arbiter. Tyrell does come in with the clutch stun, though, for 2 whole turns. One of the few champions inside the entire game that can stun for 2 turns, by the way, is Tyrell, so an OG epic that can definitely still carry. The Krisk placing the decreased defense on us is very annoying as well, by the way. We'll go ahead and just target him, actually. Make sure that we try and take him down as quick as possible. We do get the sleep on him there. Tyrell has, like, the decreased defense and the sleep on his A2, which is pretty crazy. Like, being able to place both on the same skill is just mad. We do get the stun on him as well, so now we'll target this other loser, try to take him out quick. We're doing decent damage. I do have Supreme Elhain inside this faction as well, so if we are lacking with damage, especially later on, we can obviously switch them out. Neldor is not really built for damage, he's just built to do CC because he's in my Fire Knight hard team, so does slow us down a little bit, though he is going to be crucial in some of the later waves that you'll see, because there is actually a challenge where we have to place freezes, and he's one of the only champions that can actually do that, so that's pretty fantastic. Let's go ahead and just keep on keeping on. We're waiting for the Chris to die here. Big damage from the Neldor. There we go. We hit the 3 stars quite easily. We're on to the next stage. This one is to place 10 plus freeze debuffs. And we do go against enemies that can, of course, place block debuffs. So we're probably going to manual this a little bit until we make sure that we have those freezes placed. We're going to do a bunch of the turn meter fills. We're going to try and go for the decreased speed here, which we do land almost across the board. What is this? So it will place if the target is under a decreased attack. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to do this here. We don't land it, unfortunately. I just don't want the block debuffs to come in from her. That would be very annoying. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll try to land a freeze here. We do freeze 2 of them, which is perfect. I'm going to target the Gorgorab a little bit now. There we go. The Heffrat comes in with a slam, but he doesn't really do a whole lot. Now, if you don't have Neldor, there's a couple of options in here. So you do have the Tatura Rhymehide, who was a fusion at one point, that can also place the freeze. Though he is a bit more conditional. I believe it's when he's getting hit. So, ooh, Apothecary does sit down there, unfortunately. So we'll have to revive him, but we don't actually have a revive available at the moment. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, so Tatura Rhymehide, and then you could obviously use the same strategies like I was talking about with some of the other factions where freeze was hard to come by, where you just go for like a, you know, having like a provoke and then into like a frost or a frostbite set. Could work very well. We'll go ahead and get the turn meter depletion there. Go ahead and just A1. We're already at 5 freezes placed, so you can see Neldor is very competent as a freeze champion. We absolutely slammed the shit out of the Sculptor Sentinel there, so that was pretty cool. What's annoying about her is her passive, actually, where she has that ability to basically like mitigate 1 incoming hit of damage, right? Like, that's so annoying to have to deal with. My Arbiter is like well over 300 speed here too. She's almost 400 speed. She's like 389 or something like that, so she obviously helps us to cycle through a lot quicker than we would otherwise. Go ahead and try the turn meter pushback on the Kymar, which we do get, so that's awesome. Turn meter fill. We'll get the AoE decreased speeds here. We do hit them with a crit, so they get the increased defense. Not really too worried about that, though. Try for a turn meter pushback here. Don't get it. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and do this. Steal some of their turn meter. Just take a little off the top. And we'll keep doing some crazy stuff here. We get 2 more freezes there. Big stuff, big stuff. We're now at 7 placed, so we should be off to the races here, I think. Decrease the turn meter there. Let's get an exhaustion on the Seeker. Let's go ahead and try to target the Kymar here as well. He's about to do some nasty things to us if we don't. We do get the freeze on basically everybody, though. We'll smack him with our Tyrell to take some of his turn meter. We're at 8 freezes placed, so we're on our way here, certainly. Boom, and that should be the 10 freezes placed. Perfect. So now we're just going to go ahead and smack into her. I forget her name. I don't think it's Lua, but it's, oh, I've forgotten. It might be Lua, actually. I don't know. One of them I've actually built out for use inside Faction Wars as well, but I can never remember the names. Get the AoE. Take out the damage dealer there. That's perfect. Keep trying to hit the Kaimar. I have been getting very positive feedback on this series as well, so much love to everybody who is supporting it. So obviously, if you like the content, make sure to let me know down in the comments so that I can take that into consideration and keep making this content. Obviously, I know a lot of people were happy to see like the RNG aspect of it and the more realistic teams where we're not just depending on mythicals or cracked out legendaries built in like some of the most end game gear possible, right? Let's go ahead and exhaust there. We could honestly auto it at this point, which I might do because, you know, just sitting here manualing this is not exactly the most fun content. The next wave, I'll give you a little bit of spoilers here. If I recall correctly, we do have to play stuns, which is going to be slightly more problematic because there's not many stun champions inside the faction. So we're probably going to be running Deliana inside a stun set. And obviously, if you don't have Deliana, it's going to be a bit more problematic. So we'll just keep hitting the Seeker here, filling the turn meters. Boom, boom. Take him out. Yeah, we'll just auto this a little bit until we get one more of them down here. And we get the decreased speeds back out there, which is very nice. The Energize comes in. The A2 hits for like 20 or like 18k on the Neldor, which is certainly nothing to write home about. But again, like I said, he's not built for, you know, really big DPS or anything like that. We kind of screwed up where our cooldowns are not ready to go for the next wave, but I think we have so much turn meter boost and whatnot that we can probably outcycle these losers anyways. Plus, we have the freezes placed there, which is perfect. We'll go ahead and try to steal some TM here from the Dark Elhane, which we do, which is perfect. Try to get a push back here. We don't. That's okay. Let's go ahead and push back here. Go ahead and try to get another freeze. We don't land it, unfortunately. Try a push back here. We do get it. That's awesome. This Gorlos guy is real scary because he does actually have the ability to place decreased defense on your team, which is very annoying. Get a decreased attack as well as a pushback. Heal up the Neldor, who now has decreased accuracy, by the way, so that's a bit unfortunate. Try to get a pushback here. Pushback on the Alatreon would be nice, but we don't land it there. And they do have the decreased defense, but they don't have the block debuffs, thankfully, yet. Everybody's got a True Fear on them, though, which is pretty fantastic. We get frozen. I'm going to use our Apothecary to try and cycle a bit quicker here. Let's go ahead and energize. We're still not fast enough. We're going to get the revive, and then we're going to get the turn meter fill, as well as a bit of a heal there. Let's go ahead and heal our Tyrell. I don't know why I did that. He can't even heal right now. Try to get a pushback there. We may end up losing this one. They do have the block debuffs now as well, which is unfortunate. I think what we'll do actually is we'll go ahead and switch this out because it's going to take forever to try and get through that. So our Apothecary is missing a helmet, which is fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our Supreme Elhane here. We're going to go to Preset Manager, and we're going to find our Sun Wukong preset, put that on her, 600k later. That's okay. She's now going to be cracked out in some damage dealing gear, and I actually forgot to bring her into the fight, so that's pretty cool. Let's go back. So obviously we're still going to bring Neldor. We're just going to bring our Supreme Elhane for a bit more damage. And you can see Lysandra is not even fully like built out either, which is crazy. So let's go ahead and do this. We're just going to make sure Neldor lands those... make sure he lands those freezes before we do too much else. So let's get a freeze. He's already landed 2, which is perfect. More of a turn meter fill here. Get a pushback. So this one will attack all enemies. Let's do that. Decent amount of damage. She is built more for speed right now, and she's not Or she might be fully mastered out, actually. I don't recall. But she's going to do decent numbers. She does sit down from the Heffrack, unfortunately. We have 3 freezes placed so far, though. And then, of course, we do have the Arbiter here, too. So we're not too worried about somebody dying, because we can always just res them as long as the Arbiter's alive. So we can't do that yet, though, because we don't have the skill off of cooldown. So our Neldor has sat down as well, but we can go ahead and just keep cycling turns here, hopefully quick enough to get back around to it fairly easily. The Heffrack doesn't have his abilities ready either, so that's alright. Keep hanging into the Gorgorab here. We'll heal up to Lysandra. Do that. And she places the block debuffs. That is very annoying. Let's go ahead and try this again. You know, like I said at the intro, there's just a lot of RNG that goes into these runs. It's unfortunate, but what do you do? Now, I think we'll go ahead and do this into you, because I just don't want to deal with her. Alright, so then we'll do that into you. We'll just get some turn meter fill here. Try to get some freezes. Don't land any of them. Cool. It's like the Ogren tribes all over again, right? Where it's just, you know, not particularly hard content, but there's just so much RNG that goes into it. I mean, if you want to get through these waves easily, you can literally just put everybody inside like a Frostbite set, right? And that'll do the trick pretty easily, but we'll go ahead and get the turn meter fill here on the Arbiter. Let's go ahead and get the exhaustion on Gorgorab if we don't weak hit, which we did, so that's fantastic. Get another freeze placed there. We do get the revive as well, which is good actually, because it gives us a target for the Supreme Elhain. So there we go. We'll keep getting some turn meter fill here. I don't want him to go. There we go. Get some more freezes. We're already at 5. Once we have all the freezes down, though, we can absolutely just start smacking people with her. And as you can see, she does a pretty damn good job of it, right? She doesn't struggle for damage too much. So let's hope we get a couple more freezes here. We'll also make sure that our next wave, our skills are off cooldown for the next wave, is what I'm trying to say. Jeez, it's been a long day. The talking has left the chat a little bit. And there we go. We get another freeze, so we're already at 7, which is fantastic. Just keep smacking in there. Now, unfortunately, you can't stack freezes, right? So since he's already frozen, even if the freeze procs on Neldor, you can't place another one, unfortunately. But it is what it is, obviously. Let's go ahead and get an increased attack, turn meter boost. Let's just go ahead and wipe out this guy. Or not. We were close. We were close. Go ahead and do that. We get the freezes placed there. We're 1 freeze away from where we need to be. Try to push back the Kymar. We do get the pushback, which is fantastic. We'll go for the exhaustion here. We'll go into the Seeker. Obviously doesn't do much damage because he heals himself, and then he places the increased defense there. Let's try for the freeze. We don't land it, unfortunately, so he's going to smack our Lysandra and provoke her, which is pretty crazy. Okay, we gotta land. Okay, we've landed all of the freezes. This will reset the crack shot if it kills somebody, which it does. So now we can cycle back around pretty easily here. We have the AoE coming in from her there, which is kind of annoying. We'll hit the AoE on him. No, we won't. Let's try the A1 here. Doesn't work. Try some more turn meter fill. She's a little bit low, which is not nice to see, but we do have our Arbiter Revive available if needed as well. And we'll get some turn meter steal. Go ahead and try for a freeze again. All of the hits landed on her, but it just did not freeze, which is nice. I should have healed there, actually, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and do an exhaustion here. Even though she's frozen, I just don't want to have to deal with her BS. There we go. We freeze the Seeker. Now we can go ahead and let's do this, because on the next wave we'll do the A3 and just snipe one of them out, I think. So now we'll go ahead and heal her. Ideally, we'll get our Lysandra to cycle enough that she has her turns off, or her skills off cooldown there as well. There we go. Lysandra should be going here right away, which then all of her skills are ready to go. And there we go. We're on to the next wave, so that's pretty much perfect. Get the increased attack. We're then going to go ahead and just try to snipe somebody out. So Let's go ahead and try for you. Almost get him. Almost get him. Let's go ahead and do the AoE decrease speed. Double hitter. Let's go ahead and try for a pushback here. Let's go ahead and do the energize. Let's go ahead and do the AoE. There it is. So the Dark Elhain as well as the is it Gorlos are both down, which is perfect. Get the exhaustion there on Alatreon. Go ahead and do this. And we'll go ahead and do this. Oh, we were so close to taking her out. Arbiter's actually probably... No, Arbiter doesn't quite get the kill. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Now she sits down. Now we're off to the races. So here we go. Let's just double check. We have all the freezes placed. We are good to go. We're not going to miss the 3 stars. Let's go ahead and do this again. Boom. There it is. Another 3 stars. Now, we have place 10 stun debuffs, which if you're just trying to actually place those properly through a skill kit, you don't have many options. So you have Andrycia, who has it on her A2, so she has a 100% chance of placing a stun if they have no active buffs. And then has a 100% chance of placing a stun for 2 turns if they have any buffs, which is a bit weird, right? You have Tyrell, who has a conditional one on his A3 as well. And then you do actually have Fencer, who is like War Maiden but better. I've done a video on her back in the day. So those are the options. Now, you can obviously get a little bit cheeky with it, like we're going to here as well. So, excuse me, what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring in Deliana, right? And we're going to throw her into a stun set. Because she has an AoE A1, and she has an AoE like A2 or A3 or something like that as well. So she has plenty of chances to proc it. She is going to be god-awfully slow, though. Like, insanely slow that it's not even funny. She's like 135 speed, which is just nuts. So, yeah, I think we'll be able to go ahead and bring her in instead of the Neldor. We should still have enough crowd control here. And then we do have obviously the the ability to just absolutely blast with our okay, I can't even think apparently, but here we go. Turn meter steel. Just keep hitting into the Elva here. We have the ability to just blast with our Supreme Elhain. So there we go. We got 1 stun placed. 1 out of 10 ain't bad. I'm going to go ahead and hit the A1 here onto the Elva. Take her out. We're not too worried about the rest of these. Obviously, they're going to do decent damage to us, I think. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, our Deliana gets smacked around a little bit there. We're going to steal his turn meter. We're just going to A1 into you because you're insanely tanky. And keep doing this. Now, our Deliana might be too slow, actually, especially considering she has attack boots. So it's going to be, like, insane because, yeah, she can't even cycle turns fast enough. So let's go ahead and try this a bit differently here. We're going to go to our Deliana. I'm going to have to spend more money throwing speed boots on her, unfortunately. So let's do that. We do need them to be from the stun set, obviously, which means that there's significantly less options. I don't actually have many speed boots from the stun set, which is pretty crazy. So we'll get her up to 183 there. Significantly better than like 140. So you can see her turn meter is actually closer to full now, which is pretty nice. Go ahead and smack the Elva again. Go ahead and get the turn meter fill. We do get 2 stuns placed this time. So we've literally doubled her stun output, which is pretty crazy. Get some turn meter steal there. Smack the Elva again. Take her down. That's perfect. Let's do this. We don't get the stun on the Oella, though. Which is annoying because she's going to place the increased resistance. And I shouldn't have done that because now the Ruella might go, but that's okay. Oh, she gets CC'd. Perfect. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter the most if she places the increase resistance because the stun set is just going to go through that anyways. In case you didn't know, inside Raid Shadow Legends, you don't actually need accuracy to land any sort of stun set stuff. So let's do this. Has a chance of placing... We get no stuns there. But yeah, any sort of set bonuses, you don't actually need accuracy to land it. So, for example, Toxic set with the poisons, the provoke set, the stun set, all that stuff, you don't need accuracy to land it. You just put the set on and it has a chance to do it. Go ahead and hit the A1 here again. We get no stuns. Lovely. RNG for the win, ladies and gentlemen. RNG for the win. That being said, though, bit of a saving grace. This is obviously, you know what? I'm thinking we got a better idea here. Instead of Apothecary, I think we'll go ahead and bring in our Neldor, because Neldor is going to bring all the extra CC, which is going to be so helpful for getting through this BS wave. Let's just go ahead and smack the Elva here. You already know the strategy. Go ahead and hit that double AoE, decrease speed. Try to get the stuns placed. We don't get a single one. Let's go. Let's go ahead and do this into the Elva. Go ahead and do this into the Elva. Let's try for some freezes here. We do get the freeze placed on the big dude, so that's good. Try to push back the Ruella. Maybe we can make it happen. Nope, resistant on both counts. 2 stuns here. That's perfect. Get the depletion there. Let's hit the A1 on her. The continuous heal popped. There we go. More freezes coming in. The extra CC is going to be more useful than having the Apothecary, I think, just to make sure that their turn meters can't cycle as quick. So we're already at 3 stuns placed. Let's go ahead and just blast her. Perfect. Get an extra turn. We're going to blast him since he's the only one not under CC at the moment. Let's see if we can change that. We can. Another stun landing would be perfect, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Take out that Ruella. We're at 3 landed so far on the first wave, so I think, you know, decent chance we can do it. We're just going to keep them frozen too, like infinitely here. I want his continuous heal to proc so that we can try keep him alive a little bit longer, getting our stun on there, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, unfortunately. So there we go. They're frozen again. We'll do the A1 here. Do the A1 here. They're very low. Deliana has another chance to land it, though. No stun lands there, unfortunately. So we're on to wave 2. We need a lot of stuns to land here for multiple reasons, because obviously, first of all, they all have a bunch of turn meter. And they have cleanses, which will be annoying to deal with. There we go. Try to get some stuns landed here. Not a single one. Love to see it. Now, granted, she doesn't have the mastery that increases the chance of landing these stuns, but still, you'd expect something a little bit better, right? Like, god damn. We do get some freezes, though, so that's big. We get 1 stun landed. Let's go ahead and do an exhaustion here. The only person not under CC. Go ahead and smack into the Gelkabar. Try to get some more freezes, which we do. Maybe a pushback here would be pretty cool. Not a single stun lands. Amazing. Love to see it. She's going to have to go absolutely batshit on wave 3 if this keeps up. Otherwise, we're going to have to rerun it. Let's go ahead and do this. 1 stun lands. So we're at 5. We're halfway there as we're almost done wave 3. Let's go ahead and hit you because I think you can take it. Barely. We get a turn meter fill there, which is kind of annoying. AoE, it's whatever. Oh, we get a kill. Didn't want that in all honesty. I need more time for the stuns to try and land. Ah, not even a single stun again. Okay. We're on to wave 3 here. Let's see if we can get 5 stuns. You know, this is going to be the point where she just A1s and everybody gets stunned this wave, I'm sure. Get the decreased speed there. Boom. We get 1. We get fucking 1. Let's go. But we do have some cycling that we can do here. The Elva's CC'd, so we're kind of sitting pretty. Let's go ahead and try to get us freeze. We do get freezes at least. At least somebody's able to do something on this fucking team. Still no stun landed on another AoE, by the way. Go ahead and get the depletion here. Ruella's going to turn meter fill, but that's not too scary. Get an A1 here. Try to freeze there. That's perfect. Hit into the Elva. Please land the stun. 1 stun, by the way. 1 stun. Amazing. So we're at 7. I think we can probably do it. We just need to keep them alive here a little bit longer and keep trying to whack them down a little bit. The Neldor is probably about to get his cheeks clapped too, which is unfortunate. We do get the heal from the Arbiter, though. There we go. 2 stuns. Okay, 2 stuns. We just need 1 more, and then we are off to the races on this. And I mean, they're all alive still, so we should be able to do it. Let's go ahead and just absolutely slam into you. Go ahead and slam into you. Oh, Neldor. You are so close, buddy. We have the revive available in Arbiter, though, if needed. Butt puckering moments here. We get the stun place. Does that count? It does. We have our 10 stuns place. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Alright, we got the AoE coming in. We're just good to go ahead and start slamming people down here. I don't care. Just get me out of here, man. This RNG bullshit. Go ahead and do the exhaustion. Get the increased attack here. Fuck you, Eustrid. It's over. 3-starred. Perfect. As you can see, like I say, Lysandra is like missing speed boots. So if you had speed boots on her, it'd be significantly easier. Lizardmen. Should be easy enough. Wave 1. Beat stage. Heal your champions by 500,000 plus. Now, we're going to take that guy out and we're going to bring in Rosin. I think we can probably just do this on auto, to be honest. We might have to take it off auto, though, in all honesty, because I think we have too much damage in here. With the stack of, like... that being said, though, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. As you can see, we're just absolutely clapping them so far. For healing, we have 45,000 so far. Pythion is going to be a healing demon. I think we'll just go ahead and do this on manual until we have the healing done. Chogger is going to be an absolute beast for CC, by the way, because he places the AoE defense break. And then any enemies that are under the defense break, when they get a turn, he's going to go ahead and attack them with his A1, and his A1 attempts to sleep with a 75% land rate. It's insane. It's pretty crazy. I ain't gonna lie. There we go. We're just interested in getting as many heals as possible. Try to sleep there. We don't get it, unfortunately. Get the heal, the increased defense. We're already at 159k. We are cooking, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take her out just so she doesn't increase our cooldowns. Be very annoying if she did. Try to get the decreased turn meter there, which we do. The smite was cleansed from her, which is annoying because it means that she didn't die automatically, but we did get the counterattack there, which is nice. We get to sleep as well on Lady Sanguinia. Our Fushan, unfortunately, gets sat down, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and just keep whacking in here to the Kaja. We're already almost at 200k. Should be pretty easy. We'll bring the Fushan back. Go ahead and get an A1 here, maybe. There we go. Go ahead and try for some turn meter pushback here, which we do get. Perfect. Whack into her. Fushan's a very strong damage dealer as well, by the way, because he has the ability to hit multiple times on his A1, and if it stacks up and procs multiple times, he can do some crazy numbers. It's very similar to like a Thor A1 or like a Quintus A1 or something like that, right, where you can just start stacking things. Aox is also very good for healing. He has a massive heal on his A2 if the enemies have debuffs or something like that. We're at 240k. So yeah, I think we're going to clap through this without really too much of an issue here. One of the main things, though, obviously, is just making sure that we have some level of CC as well, because if we don't, that's going to be annoying. Let's go ahead and do this. Heal everybody up a little bit. Keep healing here. Just smack into the Kaja. She has a continuous heal, so we want to make sure to try and take her down. She does revive, too, which is kind of annoying, but we'll have the AoE defense break. Push everybody's turn meter back. Do this onto the Kaja. We do land the weaken, which is perfect. Get that heal up. AoEs. There we go. We just have the marksman left. He's going to snipe our ass. 327k currently. Get some more poisons on him. A1 on him. Get that sleep. Let's go. Get that heal on Fushan. Another 8k added to the tally. Get that brimstone on the marksman. And there we go. We'll take him out. 345k. let's go ahead and heal up again here. Let's go ahead and do something like this. Let's go ahead and try for the sleep here. We do get it, fortunately. Let's do something like this. No turn meter pushback, unfortunately. We don't have the rosin either, which is a shame because now they're going to get like block debuffs and all this crap. But let's do that. I'm kind of okay though with them taking a few additional turns because obviously that means that we're going to get more chances to heal. We're also going to decrease everybody's turn meter there, which is perfect. We're at 397. We're also going to go ahead and do this, which then should heal everybody for a massive amount. We're up to 357 now. Like I mentioned, Aox is one of the keys for this. There's no revive on this wave as well, so fortunately it means that we can kind of clap through them here pretty easily once they have the debuffs up. Go ahead and get some more poisons on him, which all get cleansed off because Sanguinia is an annoying ass champion to face. Go ahead and get the block debuffs. Our Pythion's actually getting clapped by them, which is crazy. He's very tanky. Get the sleep there, which is perfect. We'll get the decrease attack, decrease crit rate. Try to steal that. There we go, remove the buff. Get another heal on the Astralon here. Definitely need to make sure that my skills are available for the next wave, right? So there we go. That should be the heal complete. Yeah, we're over 500k now. So we'll do this. That way whenever anybody takes a turn, we attack them, put them to sleep, or try to at least. Get the Fushan back here, get the Strengthen across the board. Go ahead and hit the A1 here on Sanguinia. Be nice if we had more TM control right now, but it is what it is. We don't get the sleep on him, unfortunately. Go ahead and whack into her. She has decreased defense. Yeah, we do very decent damage to her there. There we go. Chogger you can actually build for damage as well, and he does a pretty decent job of it. So if you're struggling with this, that's something else to consider. Just build him out to be a DPS unit, and you'll probably have a better time getting through this content. Basically, like, I don't know, as weird as it sounds, the name of the game in Raid seems to be like building damage on as many champions as you can, even if you don't think they should have damage in their kit. Like, even for Arena, there's people now that are building like their UDKs and stuff like that with damage, right? Like, it's crazy the meta that we're in, certainly. Let's go ahead and try to get this AoE stun, which we don't land, unfortunately. We're going to whack into the cardio here. We do get the cleanse, as well as the turn meter boost, as well as the turn meter boost, as well as the ally attack, as well as the AoE nuke and block active skills, which is very annoying, and then the fucking slam into our Pythion. So that's not very cool. I don't want the revive on deaths to come out, but I don't think we really have a choice here. They have block debuffs up like pretty much across the board, which is unfortunate as well. We don't have a crazy amount of DPS on this team. Like, we do have the Chogger, which helps, but yeah, it's not crazy. So we can, yeah, we're just gonna do this. Keep hitting the cardio there. If we had lockout, that would be huge, but unfortunately we don't. He's gonna cleanse and place the revive on death, which is fucking annoying. And then obviously he's gonna counterattack and keep, you know, fucking us up as well. Not counterattack, but you know what I mean, ally attack. Remove a buff from him there. Thankfully though, once he's down, there's no way for him to be revived, which is nice. And we do have Pythion here, who's obviously able to keep picking us back up, which is awesome. Now, if you don't have Pythion, you may end up be stuck. I cannot talk, apparently. You may be stuck ending up doing the fusion for... oh god, what is the name of that little shitter, the reviver from this faction? I want to say Broadmaw, but I don't think that's him. We get the cleanse again. This is annoying. They've really picked like the most annoying team compositions that you would ever have to go against for this content, which is kind of hilarious. They know what they're doing. I actually want Rosin to die, so that when I revive, he's brought back with more HP as well. So if y'all could take him out, that'd be perfect, but apparently fucking not. Let's go ahead and just try to keep whacking into the Cardial here. We remove buffs from him, which is nice. We get the ally attack coming in, though, into our Pythion, of course. And then the AoE from the Freya kills 2 more of our champions, which is just ridiculous. And then he gets taken out. And oh my god, people. We may just, like, have to rerun this because I didn't have some of my skills available for the 3rd wave, which is kind of unfortunate. May also have to bring in additional DPS, but I don't really know if I have extra DPS for this faction because Lizardmen are not one of my strongest ones. We're going to go ahead and rerun it. It is Broadmaw, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let's go ahead and equip. What is he missing? He's missing a lot, apparently. So let's go ahead and do this. Substats, we're going to be looking for speed. We're going to hide set filters, fitting room. We're going to be looking for accuracy and crit rate. So, yep, perfect. And then let's hide this. And fucking just throw on anything pretty much at this point. There we go. Should get a bit of extra damage out of him, too. A lot more crit rate on him. We do have Slixis. If we really need to, we can switch over some DPS gear to him. Running a Ramont too would be very strong for CC as well. Obviously, I don't think I really have him built at all, though, so let's just go ahead and throw some whatever gear on him. So we'll do speed, accuracy, HP, hide set filters, great. Making use of all that feral gear that I get from the siege mode, at least, so that's good. That's a very nice piece, actually, so we'll do that, and then we'll do this. We'll do priority stats, speed. We'll remove speed as a substat. That way we can get some actual speed boots. There we go, perfect. And then let's go ahead and remove the boots. And awesome, perfect. There we go. There's our new Ramen 2 build. So I think we'll bring the speed aura, and then instead of Aox, we'll bring Ramen 2. Because having the block passives or block actives is going to be very strong for this. We'll go ahead and throw it on auto, and we'll just essentially let the game do its thing and see how much healing we can get to by the time we get to the next wave. And then obviously if we're struggling, we can go ahead and, you know. Ramen 2 is so good, though. I think he's very accurately rated, though. Like, everybody's been calling out how good he is, essentially. We're only at 60,000, so we may have to slow it down a little bit here. Kaja goes ahead and revives. That's actually perfect. So we can get it nice and slowed down. We don't get the decreased defense here, which is annoying. Do get the AoE heal, though. There we go. She's going to steal all of the... There we go. We get the True Fears across the board as well. We're at 117k. We're getting the True Fears proccing everywhere, which is awesome. There we go. Keep her sleeping. Keep the heals coming in here too, which is perfect. Keep them sleeping. We'll go ahead and hit in here. Just try to increase our cooldowns more. We're 151. But yeah, Ramen 2 is such a goat for this faction. Like, because he can do damage. He can do control, as you see. Like, he's got so many control debuffs up on everybody on the enemy team. He can do cooldown increasing. He's got decreased defense. Like, he's crazy. He is a crazy champion. We're at 210,000. We should be perfectly fine. We're just now entering wave 3, and we're already over halfway there. We're going to get this across the board. We're going to get this. The Astralon somehow does, like, avoid our control there, which is annoying. You can see those repeat attacks coming in clutch. So I'm going to take out the Sanguinia, just because everybody else is CC'd. So I'm okay with them staying alive. I just don't want her cleansing. And then here at this point, we're just going to go ahead and try to do as much healing as possible, essentially. Which we'll go ahead and do this as well. Ramen 2 is not even built for damage, and as you can see, he's actually like hitting decently hard there, which is crazy. Like, it's hard to overstate how good Ramen 2 is for most players' accounts. Let's go ahead and A1 in here. We're at 310k healing. We obviously are going to have less healing because Aox is not on the team, and he's an absolute beast for it. So, in all honesty, I may just substitute Rosin for Aox, because I mean, Rosin, let's be honest, he is not good. Rosin is just absolute shit. He's one of the legendaries that needs a buff the most, I think. 347, so we need to get about 150k healing on this last wave, which should be doable in all honesty. Let's see, though. We'll get those block actives, block passives, get the decreased defense across the board. Hopefully, at least. We'll go ahead and whack into the Freya. Just take her out in one hit, why don't we? Go ahead and drop their turn meter. 367. This is going to be a bit close. We may have brought too much DPS. That gets us to 403. Let's go ahead and try for an increased cooldown there. That's perfect. Try for a sleep. Also perfect. I want a weak hit if possible. I think switching Fushan over to the lead was big too, because that means that we're going to have a speed aura instead of a resistance aura, which just helps us cycle turns a little bit more effectively. So we're at 416. We just need to make sure that nobody, like, that the last one doesn't die here. Keep A1ing. Chogger's got like a little bit of passive heals going on too, which is perfect for this. I don't want to kill them, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. If we can get back around to the Pythion A2, I think we'll just be able to make it. Let's hit the A1 here. We get the decreased cooldown. Perfect. We get the AoE. 481k. Oh, you got to be so careful. Okay, okay, okay. We don't have any big heals that we can pop, though, I don't think. Oh, this is so sketch, man. No. 498k. Are you kidding me? I can't risk it, because if we don't land it, we're not going to be able to progress anyway. So we got to try this again. Recording for 51 minutes, gentlemen. Oh, the joys of raid, am I right, guys? You know what? Okay, hold on. We're gonna make sure we get this though. Let's take out the rosin. Fuck you, rosin, and bring in. Well, we do also have Necmo, who could be crazy because he does place the leech, which means everybody's gonna heal when they hit. So I think we'll do that, which might actually be more effective than the Aox. I don't think my Necmo has gear on him, though, based on what I'm seeing. Go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and A1 into here, get the weak hits, hopefully. The sleeps there are huge. Yeah, my Necmo does not have gear. Unfortunate. Okay, let's try this again. We will bring in Chogger, but we're going to forget Necmo, and we're going to bring in our Aox instead, who's one of my few 6-star Awakened champions, by the way. So that's pretty cool. And he actually has gear as well. So we'll go ahead and get a bunch of debuffs on them. His heal scales off of how many debuffs they have, I believe. So obviously the more debuffs he lands, the more crazy heal he's going to do on his A2 right away. We're already at 47k. So yeah, heals for each debuff on the target. So let's go ahead and just attack here. And there it is. We get like a 13k heal across the board. Because it's based off of everybody else's max HP. And then he just gets a bonus heal based on, you know, how many debuffs are on the enemy team, essentially. Get that True Fear placed across the board as well. Try and get the sleep here, which we do. That's perfect. Get the A1 plus the heal here. Weak hit. Well, he absolutely slammed them anyways, but whatever. The fear procs on the Kaja, which is kind of funny. Oh yeah, and as if Robment 2 wasn't doing enough already, he actually decreases the cooldown of an ally's skill, by the way. He's crazy, he's crazy. He is a crazy champion, and it's funny that we get him for free, too. Go ahead and A1 here. Again, decrease the cooldown. Aox should be coming around to his heal here soon as well. Let's try for the sleep there. We do get it. Perfect. Aox does have his heal available going on the Kaja. AoE for about 7k. We're already at 250k on the heals. We keep getting the sleeps, which is perfect. We're already over halfway there, though, and we're just getting through the first wave, so I think we're kind of cooking this run. Bringing the Aox was certainly the play. Do that. We'll get some extra debuffs on them too, as well as decreased turn meter there. 276. The A2 heal from Pythion is pretty strong as well, so that can certainly help out. Aox is almost back to his heal. We should be able to activate it one more time on this wave, I think, as long as the damage doesn't absolutely shred us. Or shred them, I guess, rather. Keep hitting into the Shaman there. There we go. Aox can proc his heal again. We're at 376. Doesn't really matter if she takes a turn or not. And we're on to the next wave. So let's go ahead and do the heal up with the Pythion, decrease turn meter, AoE. We get the block passives there now. Decrease defense as well. Hopefully we're at 424k. We should be able to do this quite easily. Let's try to hit her. Boom, we get the sleep. Keep hitting her. We'll go ahead and do this as well. That should be the heal done. Yes, it is. 500k. Perfect. So now we can just focus on outputting as much damage as possible, which is always the most fun part of the run. And everybody's either like True Feared or Slept or both with a block active or a block passive skills. Pretty crazy stuff. Let's go ahead and whack the Shaman here. Just absolutely decimate her. You know, no issue, no issue. Go ahead and do this. I just wanted to cycle and make sure that my Ramen 2 had his AoE available for the third wave. Yeah, it looks like we're off to the races here, certainly. There we go. We'll smack the Astral and take him out. Do this. Lightning Cage coming in clutch there with that kill. And we're good, so now we should be able to get everybody clapped here as well real quick. Let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do this. All these debuffs stacking up on them. Try to get some stuns as well, which we don't land, unfortunately. Oh, the sleep there on the cardio was so needed. No. No. I think we should still have enough damage to make this happen, though, but my god, this is annoying. Okay. We got this, we got this. We're going to hit in here with our multi-hit. And he gets the extra turn, even though it's like a 4x hitter, so it should have definitely killed him, but whatever. He's down, at least. We'll go ahead and do this. Big smack. Go ahead and try to get some heals on our Fushan there, too. Make sure he doesn't die. Once the Ramen 2 cycles around, we can strip basically everything, which will be good. So let's go for a cooldown here. Perfect. We can get the decreased defense on the Katoon and the Marksman so that they can be CC'd, hopefully. Our Ramen 2 should have his strip coming up here right away, which obviously we can't take the revive on death off, but it's still going to be good just to get rid of. And of course we get absolutely cucked, so now we have to wait for our Pythion to get back around to his revive. Decrease turn meter. Only one more turn left. We should be able to do it quite easily. I think we'll try to take out the Freya in the meantime, though. We'll get some extra CC across the board here as well. Do this. I want the Ramen 2 to die right now so that, you know, he's nice and healed up, but we'll do this and hopefully... Oh, that was butt puckering right there. There we go. We're gonna do this even though it might be a mistake because we're waking up the Freya. We whack the Freya though, fuck you. And we'll get some additional heals here. We should be off to the races. There we go. Everybody's getting slept when they try to take a turn. Let's get the block actives, block passives back up. Do one of these. Turn meter throwback. Whack into the high Katoon. It's all over, man. It's all over. Ramen 2 almost takes him out. There we go. We got the 3 stars. On to the next stage. What do we have? Place 10 plus stun debuffs. So this one is definitely a little bit harder because there's not really any sort of, you know, dedicated stunners. So you have Ramen who brings in a little bit of a stun option. So he has a chance to place a stun if a skill cooldown is increased to its max, which is obviously very low. We do have Fushan, who can place it on his A2. We do have our Slixus, who can place it on his A1, so each hit having a 30% chance. But most importantly, we do have a Basilisk, who can just straight up have an AoE A1. And a little bit of info for you here about Basilisk is his A2. It doesn't say it, but so obviously it's a 100% chance to land, and it also does not need accuracy. So technically, if you're running him inside a stun set, he doesn't need any sort of accuracy to make it happen, which is pretty crazy. Go ahead and take out the Aox, bring in the Basilisk. We're hoping that essentially the CC offered by our Ramen 2 as well as the other champions is enough to get around the necessity, I guess, for anything else, so we don't get a single stun landed. So, just so we're clear, right? Just so we're clear about this, what just happened, we had a Basilisk who had an AoE A1 that hit everybody, each hit having an 18% chance to land a stun, right? Didn't get a single one. Then we also had a... There's 2 stuns. We had a Fushan who did an AoE twice, each hit having a 20% chance of placing a stun, and we didn't get a single stun. The math on that is like astronomical, man. The chances of that happening are so low. Heffrak does smack us pretty hard there, which is unfortunate. We're very lucky to have Pythion, I won't lie. Let's go ahead and do this here. We'll go ahead and do this just to get some additional CC out there. Try to heal up the Fushan a little bit. We'll try the AoE A1 again. We do land 1 stun, so that's good. We'll try to whack into you just so you can't place the block debuffs. We get the increased cooldown, which is perfect. The Pythion, or not the Pythion, the Heffrak gets clapped to like some poison damage or something like that, which is kind of funny. We sleep across the board. Let's go ahead and just guarantee ourselves to place the stun here. As you can see, no accuracy needed. We're at 5 stuns already. I think we should be able to do this quite easily. Let's get the AoE. We just wipe them out. That's fine. It's whatever. We're going to get the A1 here. Then we're going to go ahead and strip block actives, block passives. We're going to go ahead and do decreased defense and poisons. AoE A1. We get 2 stuns. Perfect. We don't have anybody who's weak affinity, so we'll just take out the annoying shit first, I guess. We have 7 stuns placed so far. Obviously, Basilisk's A2 can guarantee us a stun as well, which is huge. Let's go ahead and do this on you, because I want the True Fear on everybody else. We get 1 more stun placed, so we're at 8. Yeah, I definitely think we're cooking here. I definitely think we're cooking. Let's go ahead and heal up here. Let's go ahead and go here. Decrease cooldown on the Basilisk, which is big. So we'll just guarantee ourselves a stun on the Prince Kymar. Let's go here. We got 9 stuns placed. We only need 1 more to proc, which is fine. Boom. Boom. Oh, that would have been nice if that was the last stun that we needed there, but alas, it was not. Basilisk, unfortunately, does not cycle around to his turn fast enough to get the next one, but that's okay. We have Ramen 2 here who can strip, block all the annoying shit. Morrigan resists it, unfortunately. We'll get the AoE A1. No stuns, AoE A2. Also no stuns, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see it. They are just resisting everything that we throw at them. We love to see this. 75% chance on every single A1 to land a sleep, by the way. Just does not happen. Let's go ahead and just keep sleeping people here if we can. guarantee ourselves the stun on Morrigan, I guess. And then that's our 10th stun place. So we're off to the races here. Now we can just start doing numbers. Just start absolutely fucking people. That's what we're here for. Boom, we get the sleeps across the board. We're going to get the AoE defense break as well again. We're going to get the AoE A1. We're waking people up. We don't care. Something cool, by the way, as well, is Basilisk does actually revive himself once if he's killed as well. So we don't need to worry too much about him, you know, reviving or whatnot, because... or, like, you know, being revived, which makes him a very good candidate for this, because if you didn't have as strong of a reviver as a Pythion, it could be a bit more problematic, obviously, if he died, right? So, we don't get to sleep there. That is annoying, because they get the block debuffs now, but that's okay. We already have our stuns placed. We'll go ahead and make sure that the Dark Elhain doesn't do any crazy shit here. Try to take out the Morrigan. There we go. We have the block debuffs up as well, so this is going perfectly okay. We can probably go ahead and throw it on auto here. I don't think they'll find a way to screw it up. Let's just go ahead and target him as well. Okay, I say that and they immediately start taking big hits. Kind of sketchy, kind of sketchy. Chogger is going to be amazing for the next wave as well, because I have kind of looked ahead a little bit and seen what we're in for on the next stage, so he's going to be a big player there. So if you don't have him, I feel bad for you. But... yeah, there's other options for all this. Obviously, with these stuns, like I say, you can bring in Basilisk, you can bring in Fushan. Ramen too, run him in a stun set, right? Anybody generally who's doing any sort of like AoEs are going to be what you're looking for when you're wanting to run a stun set. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows that by now, but in case you don't, there you go. Skull Clobber does land a weak hit, unfortunately. This dude comes in and smacks our Basilisk again. One more hit to just say, fuck you. On the way out, we get the 3 stars. We're on to the next wave. As you can see, we now have to place poisons. So if you don't have a Chogger, you're kind of narrowed down in options. You're really looking at like a Venomage, right, with her A3. You're looking at an Aox with his A3, no, sorry, his A1, each hit having a chance of placing a poison. It's a very low chance. And then obviously Delija also has the option on her A1. It's actually a little bit better chance than Aox. We have Dracomorph, who's like just an absolute cracked out poison placer, so he could be decent for this as well. But yeah, I think bringing in, let's actually bring in Venomage as well, just to make sure we get the poisons. She also has heal reduction and stuff like that that'll help a ton as well. Let's go ahead and remove the filter here, and yeah, we should be good to go ahead and give this a go. And I mean, hell, we're probably going to get the poisons placed within the first wave, in all honesty. We're going to get that AoE. We're going to get that heal reduction and some poisons. We're going to get some decreased defense and some poisons. We're going to try for the AoE stuns, which we do actually get on a few of them. We have 15 out of 20 poisons placed already, which is craziness. We're getting the sleeps placed across the board. Fuck you. This is what you get, Elva, you annoying little shit. This is what you get for making me struggle so much with the Ogren Tribes faction. And we'll essentially just go ahead and keep whacking people here. Make sure we have our cooldowns available, though, for the next wave. Let's hit the Elva. Don't quite take her out, unfortunately, but we have a chance to sleep her when she takes a turn. She just dies to the poison, that's fine. I was going to say we have a chance to sleep her and she's under a True Fear, so I'd be very surprised if she was able to survive that. Go ahead and hit the 8-1 there. Don't get a sleep on him, unfortunately, but he also can't really do much, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do this. And then this. There we go. We're on the wave 2. Again, though, kind of an annoying wave where they can obviously all cleanse and whatnot, so we do have to be careful here. Elva resists. Fuck you, Elva. I loathe Elva so much. She is such an annoying champion to go against, man. We get the sleeps. Come on. Yes! Give us the sleeps here on the Galkabar as well. Come on. No, he's gonna cleanse and get like fucking 10 million continuous heals on everybody. You see this shit? And then Elva instantly pops those continuous heals. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We're gonna go ahead and do this, though. I think we should be okay. We're just going to try and keep whacking the Elva here, obviously. Ramen 2 is going to be able to get back around eventually to his strip as well, so it's not the worst deal in the world. Which, it would be nice if he were to do that right now, but he doesn't have it, unfortunately. We're just going to keep whacking the Elva here, keep trying to take her out as soon as possible. Get a block debuffs here. Our Fushan gets absolutely fucking shredded, which is kind of a shame. Our Pythion actually took some pretty big damage there as well. I think we're still cooking, though. We're still cooking, I'm pretty sure. The Venomage is going to have her AoE available, which includes the heal reduction. We get to sleep on the Galkabar. We're going to go for the debuffs on the Elva. I should probably revive here as well, even though I kind of wanted to wait a little bit. But yeah, we'll go ahead and revive. Just need to worry about this Ruella. There we go. Let's go ahead and get a decreased defense, decreased attack here. We sleep the Ruella again. Increase the cooldowns. Whack you. Screw you. Now we just need to make sure that we have the cooldowns available for the next wave here. We don't get to sleep there, unfortunately, which our Fushan does kind of get whacked around a little bit, unfortunately, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. There it is. This is perfect, because I want the Galkabar to stay sleeping until he takes his turn, so that we can take full advantage of, basically now just whacking into him. And we'll be on to the next wave here any moment. There it is. Alright, we're on to wave 3. Just to double check, yes, we have all the poisons placed. We are Gucci. So now let's go ahead and do the strip with Ramen 2. We have Eostrid resisting it because of course she does. We'll try to get that AoE stun as well, which we don't land. We do get the sleep though, which is big. I really just care about the sleep on the Elva, though. There it is. Let's go. We would still have been able to beat this either way. I think it's just it would have been a lot more annoying to try and do it without the sleep on the Elva and her cleansing and then, you know, all that sort of garbage. So we got the True Fears out here, though. I think we're kind of cooking. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do this. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. She had a True Fear. She had to sleep. Or she had the chance to be sleep, so I don't know, man. True Fears are not a 50-50, let's be honest. They're like a 75-25 when they're going against you, right? And then they're like a 25-75 when you're going against the enemy. But that being said, that's stages 1 to 3 for both the High Elves as well as the Lizardmen done, with some pretty accessible strategies, I would say, and we did earn enough for another craft real quick, so let's go ahead and do that. See if we can get anything juicy. Faction Wars Arc Elixir, Arachne Elixir. Wearer's poison debuffs deal bonus damage equal to 50% of the wearer's attack. Pretty decent. Let's go ahead and hit another craft here as well with the other crafting materials we have. See if we get something crazy. We get an epic Chimera group. Debatably one of the worst relics inside the entire game, so that's a bit disappointing. I do have my Forge Pass maxed out as well, so probably tomorrow I'll be recording the video on that. It'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. As I've been saying in all of my videos recently, there is a Discord linked down in the description. Of course, go ahead and hop in there if you want to be part of the community. We also have channel memberships live now too, so if you want to support the channel a little bit extra than just a regular subscriber, make sure to go ahead and hit that join button down below as well. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.